Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a kind of a review, unboxing of the Great Value Tin Cup Water Filter Pitcher. So I've been getting lots of comments on can you use filtered water for making coffee. So I'm going to start using some filtered water to make my coffee because I've read a lot and it says, coffee is 99% water. So I thought I would try out some of these new water pitchers. This video is going to be on the Great Value one for $25. My next video is going to be on the Brita. It's $30. And then I'm going to do a comparison video between the two. But for right now, this is just going to be on the tin cup water filter. Okay, so I was wrong. So this is a tin cup water filter pitcher. It will do a 12 cup coffee maker. So here I've got a 12 cup coffee maker pot. So coffee maker cups are different, are smaller than normal cups. So here I've got 10 cups in this pitcher and it's more than enough. I'll pour it in here. So there, I've got this filled up to the 12 cup mark and I've got water left over in my 10 cup pitcher. So the 10 cup pitcher will do a 12 cup water coffee maker. Sorry about that if I was confusing. Sometimes I forget that the coffee maker cups are smaller. Pitcher. Now the nice thing about this one is it has those reusable filters. The Great Value filters are cheaper. You can get them for about $2.50. But this pitcher will also accept the Brita filters. And it says the filters will last 2 months. Now on the bottom here, it's pretty standard. It says it filters out chlorine, which is taste and odor. So it says the results are cleaner drinking water, better tasting hot drinks. So I do hear a lot of people say their coffee tastes better and improves the taste of steamed vegetables. And they've got directions here. There's always some work you got to do to the carbon filter before you install it. So let's open it up. So get them open. It's got kind of like this really heavy plastic you got to rip and tear to get off. Okay, so I've got the plastic off. Let's take the lid off. There's going to be the filter. It's going to come with one filter and a set of directions. Looks like that's the filter holder. And there's your pitcher. It's got a sticker. That sticker's on the bottom, so that's nice. So let's open up. That's what the water filter looks like. Again, we've got to do, there's some carbon in here and there'll be carbon dust inside a water filter. That plastic, there's like an O-ring there. Make sure that O-ring's on. That was off a little bit. So it looks like it just sets, and you do have to kind of push it down because of that O-ring. Oh, and that's a little handle to pull it up with. That's really nice. So again, make sure it's got that that O-ring is right in that groove. And then it says to push it down, and it kind of goes down a little bit. Here's the lid. It snaps on. Looks like that's a nice big opening for filling it up. And then when you pour it, it's going to come out there. So your filtered water will be in the bottom. Yep, seems pretty easy to use. Again, it's got that nice handle. Just pull it. Okay, so we got to do some setup. So they want to let this, you got to let this soak for 10 minutes. And then we're going to rinse it under water for 10 seconds. And then we're going to run 2 pitchers of water through it and throw out the water. So let's set this up. Okay, so I've got a thing full of water. We're just going to set it in there. It wants to float, so you got to hold it down for a little bit. So once you hold it down, it doesn't want to float anymore. It kind of fills up with water. So you will notice your water is going to turn like a gray, and you can see that carbon dust coming out of there. So again, just let it soak for 10 minutes. Okay, you can see this is a really important step. See, there's all kinds of like particles in there too, and the water's turned really gray. So now I've let this soak. I'm going to go rinse it underneath the sink for 10 seconds. Okay, so now I'm ready to run some water through it. So this plastic thing, I think it can go, yeah, it can go either way. So they made that pretty nice. And it's got little grooves that kind of snaps down too. So now, again, you want to press that down. It will go down a little bit. Okay, that way when you lift it up, it's not going to fall out. It's kind of held in there with that O-ring. So now we're simply going to put water right here so that it has to go through the water filter in order to get to the pitcher, because the pitcher is where, that's the filtered water. So you can see these things are not fast, they don't keep up with your water. I was hoping to be able to just keep filling this up and it would go through there a little quicker, but this is kind of a slower process than I thought. So again, it's taken a little bit longer than I thought, but we're going to throw this water out. They want you to run water through this filter 2 times, and then we're ready to use it. So I'm going to fill the pitcher up to here with that filtered water, and then twice, and then I'm going to throw it out. So it seems like the lower the water gets in this green part, the slower it flows into the pitcher. It's really slowed down. So let's fill this up again. And then you got to stop. And we got to let this slow. So this is a longer process than I thought. I was actually hoping this would be a little quicker than this. I might have to research some quicker ones. That might be a good selling point if they say the water flows through there pretty quick. Okay, so again, the water is in the green part here, and it's getting to the filter part it's getting to the pitcher part by going through the filter. Again, it just does not go through that filter very quick at all. So I'm going to put the lid on just to show you. So it does have a big opening here. That's where I would be putting the water in. And it does snap on there pretty good. I did hear it snap when I put it on. So the lid does stay up when you hold it up. Now let's go put some water in. So again, when it gets lower in the green part, it seems like it takes a long time to get down to the pitcher. It goes pretty fast when the water's up here high, but as it gets lower, it really slows down. So again, you can see there's a little bit of water left in the green part, and it's trying to get down here to the pitcher, and it really slows down. I'm going on about 10 minutes. So this is quite the process to get the water through the filter into the pitcher part. And again, you've got to be able to judge that right, you know, because you're going to keep filling this up and you don't know exactly how much water is going to go into here. But you can see I've got a little bit left in the green, and the pitcher, it looks like it's completely full now. Okay, so let's see how it's going to pour. So I do have some water in the green part, but now let's pour it out of the pitcher. And again, you want to throw this water out, and you want to do this twice. So I'm really wanting to see, so see I had some water left in the green part. Let's see if it, so it never really comes out. That's pretty nice, I guess. I mean, it drips, looks like it's dripping out. There, it's coming out pretty good. So you are going to get some, if you have some water in the unfiltered area, you are going to get some water. When you pour it, you will get some water out of that area. I'm doing my second pitcher now, and there you can see that's how fast the water comes out of the filter. I've got the unfiltered part completely full. So one of the first things, make sure it fits in your refrigerator. This one does not fit in my refrigerator. So it's, at its peak, it's about 10 and a quarter, almost 10 and a half. So it's bigger than a standard, jug of milk is about 10. So if your jug of milk barely fits in your refrigerator, this will not fit. And it's about 5 and a quarter wide that way, and about 11 that way, or about 10 and a half that way. Okay, so again, to fill your pitcher up with water, it takes about 10 minutes of kind of babysitting it a little bit. Now, one thing the instructions talk about is they don't want the filter to get dry. They don't want you to pour out enough water to so the filter is exposed and it dries more than 2 days. If it dries out more than 2 days, they want you to kind of soak it again. And they do say they want you to refrigerate this. If it's been sitting out for several days, you're supposed to throw the water out. Like the water's not going to be good. And it talks about, it's not dishwasher safe, just these parts are hand wash only. And you're not going to wash the filter itself. You're just going to rinse it out. But just light soap and detergent for the plastic parts. Okay, so I've got this all clean. This is a fresh pitcher of water now. I've ran 2 pitchers of water through it and dumped it out. Now, let's just see how it pours into a normal glass. Yeah, that pours pretty good. That pours really good. And there's what the glass looks like. Looks like it did a pretty good job. So I've done a taste test. I don't necessarily taste a big difference. Our water's pretty good anyway. I don't smell a lot of chlorine in it or anything, but if you had a lot of chlorine smell, this would probably help with that, it says. But I just did a taste test and I couldn't necessarily tell a difference. I am going to be doing with coffee makers now. So with my coffee makers, I will be checking them with filtered water to see if they do a good job brewing a better cup of coffee. Again, this is only 10 cup. Some of your coffee makers are 10 cups, but a lot of them are 12 cups. So you'll need a little bit bigger one for a 12 cup pot of coffee. I'm also going to be checking these with Keurig machines. So these would be a good way to fill up a Keurig machine. Again, check out my next video. My next video is going to be on the Brita, which is a direct comparison to this one. And then I'll be doing a comparison between the two. Thanks everybody for watching, and if you could, please like and subscribe.